Billah min shaitan rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Destur. Don't get prepared to sleep now. I'm saying Auzu billahi minash shaitan. Some of you are okay, being comfortable. Now he's talking, let me try to sleep. How are you looking at you? Nobody's looking at me from the beginning. What's going to happen at the end? Oh. Yeah, still sleeping. Okay. Move. Not too much. Move. Okay. Come on. Wait, I'm gonna squeeze your nose. Wait. Astaghfirullah lazim wa atubu ilayh. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Destur. Madad ya sahibul sayf. Madad. Let us renew our religion. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. If we begin with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, we begin with safety. If we begin with Shahadat, we begin with very firm foundation. We want our beginning and our end to be good. And we want our end to be better than our beginning. We're asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on this day of Jummah to put a barricade between us and the fire until next Jummah. So many forgotten sunnats of the Prophet ﷺ that 21st century Muslims, Sufis, they are looking down on. Yeah? They know how to talk such high level spirituality. But if I ask, how many is reading Surah Al-Kahf on a Friday? Oh, everyone is going to come up with excuses. But reading the Surah Al-Kahf, as the Holy Prophet ﷺ said, reading it on the Jummah, it will form a protection between you and the hellfire, between this Jummah and next Jummah. If you're reciting Salawatul Sharif 100 times, 80 times, number doesn't matter. We are not Wahhabis. You say, no, it's 80 times, not 100. Hadith is saying this. We have to be very specific. Recite 100 times, 80 times, 1,000 times, doesn't matter. Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying, you recite that much, you erase the sins of 80 years from your life. What a mercy it is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving to this nation. He has never given to earlier nations. But is the nation in this Ahir Zaman catching it? No. Very high class, high level Muslims, high class, high level Ahli Tariqat, they know so much. But when it comes to living the lifestyle of the Prophet ﷺ and doing simple things that is going to bring us safety, they don't do. Or so many excuses. Excuses, non-stop. The man who excuses himself, in reality he is accusing himself. What was the khutbah about? Say? Honky tonk. About the what? Say. About the tongue. Speaking about the tongue. And how the tongue is the most dangerous part in the body. Together with what is between our legs, our private parts. But the tongue being more dangerous than that too. That Hadith Sharif saying, the rest of the body is saying, fearing from the tongue. And if the tongue is good, it's saying, we will follow you and we will be good. If the tongue, it is bad, And then the rest of us, we will be bad. And the tongue will only speak what is in your heart. Isn't it? So many, their hearts, our hearts, is not clean. It's mixed up. Choose to speak only the good things. Don't choose to speak the bad things. The tongue, it is a very dangerous part of our body. Like they say, the tongue, it has no bone. Tongue, it has no bone. Meaning, the tongue, it can move any way that it wants. And 21st century Muslims, we are warning people. We are saying to people, listen, this world is sick. We are sick. This is how we get sick, and this is the medicine. We enter into the presence of the saints, into the Tabib al-Qulub, into the doctors of the heart, for these doctors to tell us what this sickness is and how to get rid of it. We don't go to these doctors for the doctors to praise us. Although we are sick, for the doctors to say, you are very good, you are very healthy, you are all right, keep going. That is not a doctor. But 21st century Muslims, Ahli Tariqat, they become so weak. They become so feminine. They become so passive. They say it's all about love. Don't say anything negative about anyone. Don't criticize anyone. Don't say to anyone that you are bad. Don't say nothing. Just accept everyone, love all, and serve everyone. You see how very far away they are. Holy Prophet ﷺ, we spoke about yesterday. What is he? Say, Hazir and Nazir. Hazir means he is where? He is everywhere. He is present. The second part is what? Nazir. Meaning what? He gives you a warning. And these words, it is a warning first to me, then to others who are listening, and others who want to listen. Those two high-level ones, if they say we are not, this doesn't apply to us, why are you speaking all these words that are so heavy? You are scaring people away. You are kicking them out. This tariqat is all about love and understanding and accepting everyone. I'm saying to you, you don't like it. Be my guest. Gelene hoş geldin. Gidene güle güle. Welcome to those who come. Those who wants to go, farewell. I don't have to offer an explanation to you. But you understand by yourself. If the house is dirty, first you clean it. It doesn't matter if the house is new, it's beautiful, it's freshly built. If it's dirty, first you clean it. Cleaning it means you have to admit this is dirt, this is dirt, this is dirt, this is dirt, and you clean it. This is our house. This is the body. Our cells. If we are concentrating on how dirty it is and how to clean it, what's going to happen? We're going to become dirtier? No. We're going to become cleaner and cleaner and cleaner. And last time I checked, tariqat is about purification, isn't it? It's not about praising. It's about purification. Like I said, if you're not happy, you say, what about you? I say these words first apply to me. If you think it doesn't apply to you, if you think that you've achieved levels of sainthood, then it doesn't apply to you, it doesn't apply to you. Feel free. It's a free world. But if you think that this may give benefit to you, then take it. I'm not going to gain anything by it. You are. So, today we are concentrating on the tongue and the dangers of the tongue. And especially in this time, it is worse than the tongue. I'll tell you why it's worse. Can anything be worse than the tongue? Yes. Because it's Ahir of the Ahir Zaman. The tongue, when it speaks, the sound when it makes, a few seconds, isn't it? Or a split second. It passes. The effects are there. But it passes. There's no real proof or evidence that you speak, isn't it? But in these days, people are putting their speech, their words, they are putting their tongue into writing. So there is proof now that the whole world can witness that now. And that proof now is going to be there forever. Don't, when you're making something wrong, don't have proof. But in these days, people have no shame. Like what the Hadith Sharif is saying. If you have no shame, then do whatever you want to do. And tell me in these days if people are doing whatever they want to do. They are. Why? Because there's no shame. Why is that? Because Jibreel alayhi salam has already taken shame away from this world. Holy Prophet alayhi salam said, after my passing, are you going to come down again? Hazrat Jibreel is saying, I will not come down to give revelation. Wahi. But I'm going to come back down to lift, to take away from this world knowledge. Who remembers? What else? Modesty, meaning what? Shame. And the third? Peace. Knowledge. Now this whole world, there's no knowledge. Knowledge is not about reading or writing or collecting information. Knowledge is living that knowledge. The best of knowledge is the knowledge that you experience. This is what Holy Prophet says. I don't care who defines what knowledge is. You can, these days, Muslims are taking from everywhere, like a magpie, stealing from everything, but they're not taking from the Holy Prophet ﷺ. They have different role models. They take French philosophers, they take Greek philosophers, but they're not taking what Holy Prophet ﷺ had said, what 124,000 prophets they say, what 124,000 Sahabis they said, what hundreds of millions of awliyaullah they say. They don't take, but they like philosophy. Because it's a show. When they put that, others are going to say, oh wow, you know all this? You must be very good, very knowledgeable. You know Plato? You know Socrates? Wow. You know Rousseau? Wow, very smart. Clapping you, and you feel, yes, I know. That is basically what it is, isn't it? That who is praising you? The Muslims are praising you. If you say you want the Muslims to praise you, first you're going to look who is the Imam of the Muslims, Holy Prophet ﷺ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is his teacher. And Allah is saying, if you live the knowledge that you know, I will teach you the knowledge that you don't know. But are we running to please them? No, we're not. So, modesty is lifted. There is no shame. Which is why anyone can do anything these days. And say, and still say that this is coming from Islam. Now, a very big movement, they are pushing women to become imams. Before, of course, America is number one. They started it. But that was 5 years, 10 years ago. And now Muslim countries following it. Malaysia is following it, mashallah. Big movement. They are saying, no, we must have women being the imam. And these newspapers reporting all these people, and they are saying, well, I look in the Quran, nowhere in the Quran it says women cannot lead prayers. So it means women can lead prayers. Everything that is made up is not coming from the Quran. Only people are making it up. So they are denying 124,000 prophets, 124,000 Sahabis. and millions of tabi'in, tabi'in and awliya Allah, what they say, and today's new Muslims in the Ahir Zaman who have no knowledge. Definitely they have no peace, because we see everywhere there is conflict and fighting everywhere, and they have no shame. And they say, now women can lead prayers. It's okay. And all these newspapers are clapping and promoting and saying you must go forward. Women must go forward to lead, because they say there is one Sahabi woman and she was leading prayers. And Prophet gave her permission. Never mind that there is only one riwayat of that. Never mind that woman Sahabi, Prophet did not say lead the men. It is implied that she had slaves, and the slaves, some of them may be men. Everything is implied. Never mind that none of the women from the Prophet's household, from his beloved wives to his beloved daughter, ever led prayers. Never mind that 124,000 Sahabis, their wives, and the women Sahabis, they never led prayers. Never mind all of this, they sweep everything aside. Why? Because they have no shame. You say, but we are very smart. We go to school, we learn how to read and write. We can quote from Socrates, from Plato, from Rousseau. We know better than these earlier Muslims. This is not Ahir Zaman. This is not when peace and knowledge and shame is lifted. This is new age, new world order, new knowledge coming down, new ijtihad, which is now why you may get Muslim scholars who are women openly, they are lesbians, and they say, it's okay, doesn't matter, it's okay. That one that is calling herself the Irshad, she is not the Irshad, not leading to Haq, Irshad of Batil, Irshad of Shaitan. This is happening in the Ahir Zaman. There is no control. People speak whatever they want to speak. Now they are committing everything to writing, and there is now proof there. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, have no witnesses when it comes to making wrong actions in your lives. Allah is always going to say, where are your witnesses? If there is no witness, it's between you and Allah, Allah may forgive. Allah is most forgiving. But if there are witnesses, now becomes very, very tricky now. Allah is putting that condition even to His prophets. Now, Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying, and this is spirituality, when you do something good, don't make a show, don't have witnesses to it. Which means that if you do something bad, completely do not even witness it. What your right hand does, don't let your left hand to know, isn't it? This is for good things. Now Ahir Zaman, black is white and white is black. This is the age of Dajjal, where Haq is Batil and Batil is Haq. There, he's mixing everything up. Jannat is Jahannam, Jahannam is Jannat. Now everything is upside down. And he's saying, now, when you do something, you have to show. Especially if you do something bad. So what? And especially the fitna of Facebook. Oh, big fitna that is happening. And people, their tongues just running away from them. 1 minute of the ghaflat, Shaitan is sitting on you. Your ego is controlling you. You're saying things that you know you're going to regret 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, but you're putting it there and you're sending it and everybody now has proof. What are you going to do then? What are you going to do? Later you may change your mind. Later you may apologize for it. Yes. You ask forgiveness, forgiveness is given. Insha'Allah. But there is now proof. What are you going to do now? How are you going to erase that? Even the words that we say is going to come back to us. Shaykh Effendi is saying our words that we speak, don't think the sounds that we make is going to go away just like that too. It circles around the universes. And science is proving that too. the sounds that we make is circling around the universes. And is going to come back to us now. Then what about things that we put on writing? It's even worse. Now there is going to be a big fitna. Especially now, big fitna. Muslims. Now let's put that aside, Muslims. Let's say Ahli Tariqat. Let's speak about our Jamaat. Men and women speaking to each other. Ne mahram. Talking to each other. Flirting with each other. Exchanging pictures with each other. It's a free country. It's a free world. You may do that. But it is not what our Sharia has taught us. You have permission to do it? No permission? It is forbidden to you. And now, men and women, ne mahram, under the cover of religion, they start flirting with each other. And some, I know, they don't have bad intentions. They're putting it there, women's. But the men now start commenting, they're going back and forth. Later, the woman saying, well, I don't like it, he's talking to me. I say, if you don't like him to talk to you, why are you showing yourself to the whole world? Isn't that the purpose of hijab? It's a separation. You can wear not a hijab, a burqa. You wear a burqa, but you're on Facebook. Everybody knows what is in your heart and everything. What's the use of that burqa then? And believe me, there are so many too, burqa people on Facebook. But everything, they're giving comment. MashaAllah. Don't you know the voice, even the voice, it is forbidden. But now we have it text. We have you every time we look, meow, 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 every time meow, meow, meow coming out. Meaning you cannot shut it. The voice is there because the words, they are there. But, mashallah, burqa, completely, wearing gloves, wearing everything. Ahir Zaman. This is what it is. The whole idea is to withdraw yourself, to worship your Lord, to be close to your Lord. What if you're covering everything up and you're going into the world, some going on stage, making spoken word. Yeah, wearing a burqa. You may do it. You're already doing it. What can I do? Nothing. You don't like what I say? It's okay. Don't like what I say. I don't like what you do. We are free. Because we don't have a Khalifa. Yes, if you have a Khalifa, that time you're not free. That time you're going to understand you're a prisoner between your two breaths. And there is an owner of your breaths. And the owner of your breaths, once he starts controlling your breath, your ego is going to go crazy, but your spirit is going to feel so free, and your spirit is going to return to him. People like to talk so much. Principles, secrets of the Naqshbandi order. Awareness of breath. Awareness of breath. What awareness of breath? But they don't like when we say, be careful what comes out. Say awareness of numbers, awareness of heart, awareness of this, awareness of that. But when we say don't be in ghaflat, don't be in ghaflat, don't be in ghaflat, they're saying, no brother, tariqat is peace, is love. Maulana is all about love. Why are you being hard on people and scaring them away? Yeah, the same way Harvard University scares people away, the same way Oxford University scares people away. Tariqatul Aliyah, it must scare those ones who are not looking for the highest station away until they come around and they understand this is what I have to do. That is our responsibility. Other Jama'ats under Shaykh Mawlana, we have nothing to say. But this is our Jama'at. This is how we do it. You know, like it, there are so many others. You are free. Everyone is free. So yeah, the disease, the sickness of the tongue. Very important for us to understand. Because now, like I said before, with the social media. Social media, they call it? Texting, messaging, everything, taking pictures and showing everything. More and more and more fitna entering, and now very difficult for you to clear your name. And the fitna, it can make you to lose your faith. It can make you to cancel all your good deeds, all your worship. Fitna, the tongue, can bring down empires. Somebody asked me about spirituality of women a few weeks ago, isn't it? Women becoming saints and this and that. I say, of course. Ahir Effendi is saying, especially for the women, very easy for them to go to high levels. Very simple. What they have, forget about their worship. What they are doing as a daughter, as a wife, as a mother, what they are just doing every day, forget about the worship. It is enough to bring them to a very high level of sainthood, which is why everyone within living memory, you understand and you remember your grandmothers and your great-grandmothers and what light comes from their faces, what nice, good, clean people they are. Because they are carrying their responsibility, and those responsibility that they are carrying brings them to very, very high levels. What if they do zikr on top of that? What if they worship on top of that? Oh, so easy for them to reach to high levels, women. But, with one word that they say, one betrayal of the tongue, quickly they fall. Very quickly. Because this, it is not guarded. And never forget, Holy Prophet ﷺ said, on the night of Miraj, he went to the hells. Majority of the inhabitants of the hell from his nation, they are women. You think I'm saying that because I hate women? Suit yourself, you can say whatever you want. But that is what Holy Prophet ﷺ said. And instead of being arrogant and stubborn, sit and ask for forgiveness. Sit and make a dua that you are going to be protected from that. And instead of coming up with excuses and reasons, find reasons to accuse yourself, meaning you sit down and say, I did this, and I said this, and I said this, and I said this, and I'm asking forgiveness because of that. Taking yourself into accounting. If you do, you're going to win yourself. Dunya and Akhirat. Of course, in these days, not only the women, they are guilty of doing this, the men's, they are catching up too. Because men's and women's now, identities, they are crossed anyway. Men's behaving like women's, women's behaving like men's. So, may Allah protect us from the fitna of the Ahir Zaman, from the fitna of Dajjal, from the fitna of our tongues. We are weak ones, we're asking for forgiveness, and we're asking for more support from the holy ones to hold our tongue for us. For the sake of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, Sultan al-Awliya and Sahib al-Sayf, al-Fatiha. Amin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.